All right. It looks like we are live. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing today? I'm really happy that you're here. We've got some people jumping into the chat here. And if you give me just a moment, I'm going to be starting to let people into the room here. There we go. And it's just now 4 o'clock, and we're going to give it just a few minutes for people to jump onto the live, and then we're going to get busy talking about our subject for the day, which is medical gaslighting. Yeah. And so I see that Robert has joined us. Hi, Robert. Feel free to unmute yourself and say hi if you like, or if you want to be shy, you can stay quiet too. It's up to you. You can talk to me in the chat, or you can talk to me just by unmuting anytime. And so, all right, so we're waiting for people to jump on. And while we're waiting, just want to let you guys know that, wow, okay, it's the beginning of January. And, what does everybody want to do in the beginning of January? They want to make their New Year's resolutions. And what's the number one New Year's resolution that people make, especially after coming through the holidays and maybe eating the wrong foods, drinking too much, or, whatever, right? You want to work on your health. And so it is the busiest time of the year for practices like mine, right? So, wow, there is a lot going on right now. Oh my goodness. We have people starting their parasite cleanses. We have people starting Prolon, which is a fasting mimicking diet. And that is a lot of fun. Actually, it's, ramping up stem cells, decreasing inflammation, decreasing brain fog, just a wonderful thing to do for your body, right? So we've got people doing that. Let's see, what else do we have going on? We've got our 30-day program, which is like the very basics, everything that you need to get started, right? If you're new to this whole, I got to get my health back, I got to get myself into shape here. Or if you've been doing it for a while, but you're confused and you're not sure what's right and what's wrong and whatever, right? Our 30-day program is the best way to start. And that's not just me saying it. This is the latest science, right? That this is the best way to get started, opening up your detox pathways, making sure that you're pooping, making sure you're getting enough water and you're getting the right nutrition for your cells so you can stop craving, you can start, really making sure that your muscles and your eyes and your brain and your gut and your microbiome, and they all have everything that they need to be healthy and happy and to help you really to thrive and live that God-given purpose that you were put on this earth to do. But it's really hard to do that when you feel like crap all the time. And when you can never trust your own body, and whether you're going to wake up feeling okay, like you can go to work and you can do what you need to do, or whether you're just going to be sapped and you can't even get into the shower without falling apart and feeling like you got to go back to bed, right? And, I know because I lived that life for a really long time. And so I'm with you on that. And I'm here to tell you that you can absolutely get better. You can be like me. I was literally disabled for 15 years with 7 autoimmune diseases. And, I was an autoimmune disease scientist myself, and everything that I was taught in my master's and PhD program said that, okay, once you have autoimmune disease, you're screwed. There's no going back. You're broken, you're done, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do but take your medication. And if you're lucky, the medication will buy you some extra time. And you might get, you might get a little bit better, but most of the time, over time, you are going to get worse and you're eventually going to die young. And okay, so this is what I was taught. This is what I was told by all my specialists. And so, of course, I believed it. Well, they were wrong, because here I am sitting here today. And I didn't get zapped. I didn't get a miracle from God. What I got was precision root cause science, and learning the new science completely changed my life. And so this is now my purpose, to teach you. This completely changes your life. It's not, oh, just some supplement we're trying to sell you. It's not a quick fix. No, you literally have to learn how to live a healthy life, right? And you have to learn how to do that at the genetic level, number one. That's very important. You have to learn how to do it on the cellular level, on the biochemical level, on the metabolic level, and make these really important, powerful changes to your life, right? And it involves testing, it involves seeing what's happening on the cellular level, seeing what's happening on the genetic level. And it's the latest science, and it works, right? And I'm living proof that it works. And there's literally hundreds of thousands of people like me walking around out there. It's just that you don't get to hear about them as often, right? But if you tune into Oprah or Dr. Oz, he's talking about it, right? They're talking about it. Who else is talking about it? Tony Robbins is talking about it. He just wrote a new book called Life Force. And this is all about all the latest science that we can all be using now. Just because your doctor isn't using it as part of his insurance model doesn't mean that you can't use it, right? And literally, it's not that expensive, you guys. Yeah, it's really not. You can do this. You really can. And it's worth it, because you don't want to be sick, right? And if you stay in that, insurance model, the pharma funded, medical, medicine driven, right? It's, what are their tools? Their tools are, well, you don't feel good, here's a pill. Oh, you don't feel good, here's a surgery, right? Or, let's just wait. That's the worst. Oh my gosh. You don't feel good. You go to the doctor and he's like, let's just wait and see if this gets worse before we do anything about it. Isn't that insane? But that's the broken sick care system that we have today. And, people like me and all of my colleagues, right? And there's thousands of doctors and scientists like me who are out there changing the face of healthcare and teaching you that, yes, there is a better way. And yes, you can do this. And yes, you can afford this. And yeah, you can absolutely do this. So yeah, let's get started talking about this whole medical gaslighting thing that, wow, oh my gosh, like if you guys have chronic illness, chronic symptoms, autoimmune disease, and you get on Facebook or Instagram, and you start looking around and you start becoming part of some of these Facebook groups and these Instagram sites, and people are talking about, gosh, I mean, like all the time, people are talking about how they went to the doctor and the doctor basically said, well, I see that you've got 20 different symptoms, and yeah, this doesn't look good. But let me go ahead and just run some blood work for you. And so they run this blood work that is literally based on science from 30 to 40 years ago. Okay. And the reference ranges that are used in the blood work have been changed over time, so that normal includes a lot of sick people. So you can feel absolutely horrible and your blood work will still look normal, right? Well, it wasn't that way like 40 years ago, right? They have changed the reference ranges. And the reason why they did that is because they said, well, this is normal in the population to have a thyroid issue. it's normal in the population to have blood values that are at a wider range. And so therefore they made it part of a test that it's normal to be that way. Well, folks, okay, as a scientist, I'm here to tell you that's crazy, okay? That should be a crime, because you're sitting there in front of the doctor and you're saying, look, doc, I got this symptom, that symptom, it's scaring me. I feel terrible. I'm having a hard time keeping up with work. I don't feel productive anymore. I'm having all these issues. And let's not forget that all those physical symptoms are weighing on you emotionally, and they're weighing on your family, right? I mean, this is a really bad thing. And you're sitting in front of the doctor, and the doctor is saying, well, I ran your blood work and you look perfectly normal. So, what's your stress level like? Here, let me give you a Xanax, right? Let me give you something for your stress, right? Because obviously you're making a big deal out of nothing, right? Okay. And if you've been feeling bad for any length of time, you have probably run into this. Like I can't look in the Facebook groups without seeing many, many, many people talking about the same thing happened to them. If you bring up medical gaslighting in one of those groups, oh boy. Talk about getting a lot of hits, okay? Everybody has a story about having an experience with a doctor where they just felt like they weren't listened to, that the doctor didn't totally believe them. Sadly, it happens more often to women than it does to men, right? There's even what they teach doctors in medical school. They teach doctors about hysteria and how people will blow their symptoms out of proportion and get scared of them. And once they're scared of them, they perceive that their symptoms are worse than what they really are. And sure, okay, true, that can happen. Okay, that can happen to any of us, really, it can. Okay, but is that the norm? No, it's not. You're an intelligent person. When you start having changes in your body that are negative, that you don't like, and you finally, you probably put it off for a while, hope it goes away, whatever, try this or try that, and it doesn't go away. And then you finally go to your doctor, and then the doctor basically tells you, well, you look normal to me, right? It's easier for them to just classify you as this is a psychological problem rather than try to figure it out. And I'll tell you another thing. There's a problem that feeds into all of this, is the fact that there was a study done not that long ago where they queried doctors on how well they felt equipped to handle chronic illness and autoimmune disease. So chronic illness meaning something that has gone on for a while, nobody can figure it out, the person still feels really bad even though you've tried multiple treatment options, or autoimmune disease, which is basically the same thing, right? And people, the doctors in the survey, the doctors said only 18% of doctors, and this is a huge survey, only 18% of them felt confident if a person with chronic symptoms or autoimmune disease walked into their office. 18%. Do you want to go to a doctor who only feels 18% confident of being able to help you? And when they talked about it further, the reasons why were, well, we don't really have a lot of good training when it comes to finding the real reasons for why the chronic illness is there. And the other thing that came up was the fact that they are controlled by the insurance industry. They're only literally given 10 or 15 minutes to be with you. They cannot be a medical detective for you in that time. There is not enough time. It's impossible for them. So they feel like it's not that they don't want to help you. It's not that they just want to label you as, having a psychological issue and blowing things out of proportion. They don't want to do that really, right? But everything is against them helping you, right? It is the insurance agency, the insurance industry, the lack of training, the fact that really all they can do is give you a steroid or a biological and send you on your way. And that's if they diagnose you, right? And literally, we know that it takes an average of 5 to 7 years and sometimes longer. That's why they tell you, let's wait and see what happens. Because it can take that long to get a definitive diagnosis for what the autoimmune condition is or what the actual condition is, right? And so, I'm here to tell you that yes, this happens. You're not crazy if you feel like these things are happening to you. There is a real reason why your body is speaking to you, and that's exactly what it's doing. We need to look at our symptoms as what they are. Our symptoms are our body's way of communicating that something is wrong, right? Your body is trying to have a really good relationship with you and carry out good communication, right? And trying to tell you, hey, I have a headache. Something's not quite right here. I got these stomach issues. Something's not right. Basically, what your body's trying to tell you is that you are in a situation that is not healthy, right? And scientifically, we know what those situations are, okay? So if you've been listening to me for any length of time, you know that I teach the latest science, which is we know that there are 3 reasons why you are sick. And so I'm going to move on to that if I can. And I want to, if you give me just a moment, because I'm an old girl and sometimes the tech and me go real slow. But if you give me just a moment, I want to open up something and then share my screen. And I did have this open earlier and then somehow I lost it. I don't know what I did with it. Now give me just a moment and let me open this up. And when I open this up, then I can show you some nice slides and it'll be easier for me to talk from there. So there we go. So, okay, so that should be, I hope this is correct. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do this one. Okay. And if you just give me another moment here, because there's a couple of slides that I want to pick out and I want to show you very specifically. Yeah, that's the one. And let's see, I should be able to share my Zoom. And then I should be able to share this screen. I believe this is going to look right. Okay, and then I should be able to go big. Go big? Can I do that? Can I go big? I don't know. Maybe I can go big that way. That will work. Slideshow. Hey, I think I got it. Hopefully you guys are seeing that okay. And anytime you have a question, please feel free to unmute yourself and talk, or you can send me a chat also, and I will see that question in the chat. But this is what we know scientifically today. We know that there are really 3 main root causes of disease. And they all have to do with creating inflammation. Inflammation is the #1 reason why you have any symptom of any kind, pretty much everything that's been studied so far. It all boils down to inflammation. But what you really want to know is why. Why do you have your inflammation? Okay. And so that boils down to three main reasons. It's toxicities of many different kinds. It's deficiencies at the cellular level. So things like your body doesn't have enough nutrients, your body doesn't have enough sleep, your body doesn't have enough vitamin D, right? Things like that, right? And stress. We can't leave out stress. And what happens is you get this like catch-22 thing happening where, okay, first you get overexposed to toxicities, right? At the same time where you're not eating right, you don't know how to take care of yourself, you've never had a genetic test done, you don't know how to take care of yourself at the genetic level, specifically for you, which is what we can do now with the latest science. And so you've got these deficiencies, right? Plus, you like Doritos, okay, or you like pizza and beer, okay, don't we all? But too much of that, and you're going to have some deficiencies at the cellular level. And so if you put those two things together, you put toxicities and deficiencies together in the same body, of course, your body's not going to work as well. You're going to start having symptoms, and that's going to create stress. Well, stress all by itself creates chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation causes tissue damage and disease and eventually death. Okay. And so put all these three things together and they get rolling on this roller coaster. And the next thing you know, you are a mess. And then the doctors can't figure you out, right? Because they're not trained to be medical detectives, really. They're trained just to know certain symptoms that match certain diseases, and then they give it a name, and then they treat it with a drug or a surgery. Okay. There's a better way. All right. Finding these root causes, finding the toxicities, finding the deficiencies, and working on our stress is the better way. And it works. It just simply works. That's why I'm sitting in front of you today instead of being 6 feet under in a box. Okay. And so these are the different, move that out of the way. There we go. So these are the different types of toxins and deficiencies and problems with stress that we see in people across the board. And, this isn't rocket science. We know how to test for this. We know how to find these things, and then we know how to fix them. Now, there are state-of-the-art, protocols now that they're not that hard for you to do, really, right? If you really care about your health, you can make these changes. And they're not that expensive to do either compared to being sick and all the medications that you're going to have to buy and all the suffering that you're going to have to go through and the loss of work and everything else. It's a lot cheaper to take care of your health than it is to be sick, right? I mean, duh, that just makes sense. So this is the Genius Disease Model. And literally, we've got different biotoxins that we need to test for, right? We need to look for mold. Before I go any further, I got to tell you guys about a client that I saw today who, young guy, right? Awesome guy, young guy who literally just fell apart after he did a bathroom remodel. Okay. His body just completely, that's it. Okay. And I said, all right, I got to check for toxins in you. There's a lot of toxins that can be released when you do a remodel, and let's just see what's going on in you. And we did a test. It wasn't that expensive, right? The guy's not rich, right? He does this test, and sure enough, the guy is overloaded with mold mycotoxins, 3 different kinds, and literally, I didn't even count how many, a lot of very high levels of chemical toxins in his body, right? And you can't make this stuff up, right? And so just by being able to sit in front of him today and say, hey, here's your answer. Here is the problem. We know how to fix this. Now let's get busy, right? And literally, the guy went from a person who's been scared and worried about his health and wondering what the heck is wrong. Is he dying of cancer or what? Right? And literally, because of his symptoms and sitting down in front of me and just having that conversation, I was able to zero in on what I thought it was and do the test to prove it. And then the test came back conclusively. Happens all the time, you guys. Like I say, it's not rocket science. It just takes a good scientist to help you figure this out, right? And was able to tell the guy, yes, here's the problem. It makes sense. All his symptoms line up with what his chemical and mold toxicities are. And boom, there you go. Now he's a happy guy, right? Because now he knows what his enemy is. Okay. And we know how to fix it. So now it's just a matter of us moving together and me showing him how to fix these problems and how to get this mold and how to get these chemicals out of his body, right? Teaching him how to eat right, how to take care of his genetics at the same time. This young guy is going to be able to go on to teach his children how to do this, right? And he's probably going to be protected from a really bad disease as he ages, because we don't have to get sick as we age. And why, right? Why? Because he was willing to basically have a conversation with someone who could help him, right? And then do some good testing and then start working on it and start making those positive changes in his life. That's how we do it, right? So, I got to completely, make him feel like $1 million today. And he's going to feel even better in about 6 months when a lot of these toxins are moved out of his system, right? And that's how we do it, folks. That's how we do it, right? But we're not just going to move those toxins out of his system, right? Like I told him, and like I tell you, this is true biohacking here. If you've heard of that term, biohacking, right? It's about doing all the things that science lets us do, right? Science lets us do so many cool things nowadays, you guys. You're not stuck with your genetics. We can fix things at the genetic level. And with basic things like people come to me every day. Here's a really great example. People come to me every day. Well, my doctor thought that I might have the MTHFR gene, so he did a test and I do. So I'm just going to be sick for the rest of my life. And I'm like, that's not true at all. There are many different ways that we can help you to improve the way your particular MTHFR is working, right? And you don't have just one detox gene, okay? You got thousands of them. So you got one that's not working so well. Yeah. If you don't take care of that gene and you don't learn how to overcome that deficiency, then sure, yeah, that could be a major root cause of why you're sick. But can you overcome it? Can you fix it? Are there things you can do? Yes. And people come to me every day. Well, yeah, my doctor told me I had the MTHFR. I'm like, okay, well, great. Well, what did your doctor tell you about how to fix your MTHFR? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? There are easy ways to fix it. Nothing. And this is all, again, medical gaslighting, right? But this is more like the doctor just doesn't know how to fix it. The doctor just heard that, yeah, you can do this test. And if people have this, oh, okay, well, they're screwed. But that's not true at all, right? I mean, making sure that you get enough folate in your diet, making sure that you're eating maybe 4 to 6 cups of dark leafy greens every day will help to overcome that little problem with the MTHFR, making sure that you're getting some good protein at, really healthy protein, not bad protein, but good, healthy protein in your diet so that you can get some methionine and help that whole, methylation cycle to work better, right? You can make your methylation work better. Sure. That's what the MTHFR does, by the way. It helps your methylation cycle. And methylation is very important in detoxification. And you guys know, I don't know how much you know about detoxification, but did you know that if you couldn't detox, you'd be dead by tomorrow? Your body is continually detoxing you, continually, 24/7. And especially while you sleep, your brain especially is doing a lot of detox work while you sleep. So detoxing is not a fad. I mean, maybe the way some people do it on the internet it is, okay? But detoxing is not a fad. Detoxing is the way your body works every day, 24/7. You have to be able to get rid of waste. Just your mitochondria producing ATP as your energy produces waste, right? There's a waste product. And detoxification is taking that waste product out of your body. That's why you have to poop and pee every day. Okay. And sweating is another way. Even breathing out is another way that we are releasing toxins from our body, just from normal metabolic processes, right? So be careful not to think of detoxing as just this weird fad that helps people get better, okay? Detoxing is how you live. And if you don't detox well, you will be sick. That is a fact, right? So we have to teach you how to do it and to overcome maybe some of those genetic deficiencies at the detoxing level, right? I think I said that backward. Detox deficiencies at the genetic level is what I meant to say. So yeah. So I hope that this helps you to understand. I didn't really want to go into like a full long mastermind today. I just wanted to give you some little details. I think maybe next week or the week after, I might do a full mastermind workshop for you and, give you a complete presentation from start to finish. But for now, I just wanted to show you a few things. So that's really how you get well, you guys. You've got to remove those toxins that we find. We've got to optimize everything that your cells need to function. And then, of course, we've got to help you with positive psychology, because most people who are dealing with chronic symptoms, it's a negative thing, right? And it really weighs on you. So that's what we do here. We do your testing. We discover those root causes, right? And, we're not out to make you mortgage your house, right? That's why we sit down and talk to you before you do your testing, so that we can actually pinpoint and zero in on where should your testing start, right? You don't just want to order every test under the sun. That's silly, right? You waste a lot of money that way. And I know some doctors do it that way, but we don't do that here, okay? And, once we find those root causes, right, then we're going to get busy. Then we're going to start working to correct those root causes and optimize you. Total biohacking, man. It's fun. It is really fun. And you get into it, and then it's like playing a little game with your body, and you really start listening to your body. It's a lot of fun. I really dig it. And lastly, we have to teach you how to sustain those results, right? Because you are going to get results if you do this work. But, it's real easy for people to go back to eating pizza and beer again because now they feel better. And we don't want that to happen to you, right? So we got to teach you how to sustain those results and be able to live your life so that once in a while, if you do want to eat pizza and beer, you can. It's just that you're not doing it 4 nights a week, okay? Because otherwise you just go back to being sick again, right? So that's what it's all about. All right. Right now, if you're suffering from chronic illness, anything that's, undiagnosed or, autoimmune diseases, right? There is a real reason. And it's not the disease that's making you sick. We need to change our mindset about that. Okay. The disease is just a name that we give the symptoms. Okay. That's all it is. The disease is not making you sick. The root causes are making you sick. okay? The toxins, the deficiencies at the cellular level, the way you're living your life that doesn't match your genetics, okay? These are the reasons why you develop an autoimmune disease or diabetes or overweight or thyroid disease or any of these other diseases, right? You got to go to the root cause if you want to get better. And science has already discovered a lot of these root causes, and I'm sure that we'll discover more. But right now, we know so many of them that we can get people amazingly better. An average of 80% better is what people get, right? I got about 95% better, right? And that little 5% ain't holding me back, okay? This is a picture of one of my clients, Scott. He thinks I'm a genius, but I'm really not. I'm just a good scientist, and I know what I'm doing, and I can help you to get your life back. And that's what happened to him. He got his life back. And he was a professional surfer before, and then he was like totally laid out. And now he's back to surfing again and doing what he loves, right? So that's what we do for you here. We are literally out to transform your life. I want to change your health at the cellular level, at the biochemical level, the metabolic level, the genetic level, everything that science gives us. I want to help you do that. So I want to help you to get a root cause package, right? It is an awesome deal. You guys can do this. Anybody can do this, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to help you uncover those blind spots, right? It's going to sit you down in a meeting with me so that we can have a conversation and I can listen to what your body is telling you. And then I can design a customized testing plan, or if you just want to do one test, whatever you can afford. We got to get started somewhere, right? And that's going to save you a lot of money, rather than you just, oh, maybe it's this, well, I'll try that, well, maybe it's this, well, I'll try that. No, I mean, let's have an expert sit down and talk to you, pinpoint what's probably wrong. I mean, I do this every day, right? I see this all day, every day, right? Let me help you to pinpoint what's wrong. We'll do the test, we'll prove it, and then we can start working, right? So the package that I want to offer you today gives you the evaluation with me. It also gives you that customized testing strategy so we can prove what's wrong. Then I also want to give you our 30-day easy quick start program. And this is the bottom line that literally everyone needs to be doing in order to be healthy, right? Really important that you learn how to take care of your body. And it's just astonishing that most people don't know how. And I didn't know how, and that's why I got sick too, right? So if you go to, oh, wait a minute, it won't let me do that. Oh, bummer. Okay, let me go back. Okay. Bummer. I can't click on that. Okay, well, maybe I can. Wait a minute. Will it let me click on it? Hey, maybe it will. Look at that. Hey, it's working. I love it when things work. Okay, so you can go to this site here. I will stick it in the chat. Let me just make a copy of this. You guys can go to the chat, and I will make a copy and put it in there for you so you can copy and paste it into your browser. And this is not because I want you to pay $5.97. Okay, I'm going to give you a much better deal than that, right? I just want you to be able to see what the program has for you. Okay, and Robert's here and he says, great teaching information, very true. Yeah, very true. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, thank you for recognizing that. It is very true. And most people just need to wake up and realize that you're going to have to do some work to get your health back. But the bottom line is you get the best results for doing that work. So why wouldn't you, right? You get your whole life back. I mean, you can totally thrive, right? And you can prevent future illness. So why wouldn't you do the work? Just so that you could, eat whatever you want every day? That's a little silly. I mean, I'd rather eat what I want in a healthy way. And then every once in a while, if I want to have, a healthier piece of pizza and a glass of wine or something, I don't really like beer, but, right. Every once in a while, if I want to do that, I can do that. Why? Because my body is really healthy and it can handle that. Right. But I had to get my body healthy first. So when you go to this Easy Quick Start program, it talks about all the things that it includes in this program. So it's going to teach you why you're sick, right? A lot of the same thing that I was talking about today, right? It's going to give you a total cellular transformation cheat sheet, which is what I am giving to all of my clients. It's a step-by-step guide to the things that you need to do overall in order to reverse health issues and remain healthy, right? And prevent future health issues. We're going to teach you about your brain and hormonal health, right? And we're going to give you an actual program that helps you to crush your brain fog and your anxiety and your depression, right? It's also going to prevent dementia and Alzheimer's disease, right? I mean, come on, this is awesome stuff here. We're going to teach you how to get back your energy and improve your mitochondria health, and that protects you against cancer and autoimmunity and actually reverses autoimmunity. Actually reverses cancer too, okay? Pretty awesome. We're going to teach you how to feed your cells properly, right? We're going to teach you how to do an elimination diet the right way. I'm sure you've heard of this and you're probably like, elimination, eek, right? But hey, you can do this. If it means getting well, you can totally do this. Don't be a wimp. I tell my clients all the time, okay, no wimps, no heroes. Okay, we don't want you to push your body so far and try to do too much that will actually make you worse, right? And we don't want you to be a wimp about it either, right? And I say that with all love because I was the biggest wimp in the world when I first started doing this. And I wasted a lot of time, right? And I didn't need to do that to myself. It was totally about my mindset. And I just needed to get my mindset right, right? We're going to teach you about longevity and anti-aging. We're going to teach you about daily detoxification, insulin resistance and obesity. Gut health, okay, huge. Teach you about that. The latest on genetics, how to really do that root cause testing and biohack your health, how to start your anti-inflammatory and detoxification lifestyle practice, right? These are all things that you can do. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. When we sit down and we teach you how to do this step by step, come on, like anybody can do this, right? And it's a hell of a lot better than being sick. I'll tell you that, right? And so there's a lot of things that are included here. We're going to give you an anti-inflammatory supplement protocol to get you started. We're also going to give you a full brain health protocol, and you'll be able to take little quizzes and figure out, am I more this way over here, or am I more this way over here? Am I more is it more of a dopamine problem? Is it more of a serotonin problem? Whatever, right? You'll be able to figure that out just from the way your body is talking to you. And then you'll be able to follow a very, very simple protocol to help you calm down that anxiety, help you to not succumb to the depression as easily, right? At the biochemical level, it's really important. We're also going to give you 10% off of supplements for life. Right? We just put you into our full script and you can order from there anytime you want, right? And then we're also going to give you 5% off our personalized total cellular transformation program. And that's what gives you your one-to-one help every day, right? When you're in a good program. But this 30-day program here is just to get started, right? It's something that you can do on your own very easily, right? And it makes you feel great that you are actually doing the right thing based on the science for your health, okay? And I know that I'm not the only one teaching this out there, okay? I just think that maybe coming here would be the best because we love you a lot. right? We really care about you getting your health back. I know that the only reason why I'm sitting before you right now is because God allowed me to live so that I can do this work for you. And so I'm like this like super, super thankful person. I know that I'm working for the Lord. I know that I'm doing his work. And I know that anyone that he brings to me to help, I'm supposed to love you. I'm supposed to help you get your health back. That's the job that God gave me to do. And I know that he put you there for a reason. There are no coincidences. And so I want to give you that 30-day program. But I want to give you, a much better deal on it than the $597. So let's see. How do I get back to where I was before? No judging. No judging. I'm an old girl. I'm allowed to have tech issues. Aha! I think I found it. I think I found it. There we go. Hey! All right. So that's the 30-day easy quick start program. Okay. And so here is what it looks like. We're going to give you that root cause evaluation that normally on our website is $497 by itself. We're going to give you the 30-day easy quick start program, which normally is $597 by itself, and the customized testing strategy after analyzing your root causes. And that is $197 value. So the total value is $1,291. Okay. But of course, you're not going to pay that. I already told you that. And I already told you about this reverse brain fog, anxiety, and depression now program that I want to give you. This program by itself was selling for $597. All right. So this all by itself is worth a lot more than what I'm going to charge you today. Okay. And then I'm also going to give you that 10% off of your customized lab package, your transformation cheat sheet, and 10% off of your supplements and personal care products, like I was telling you about before. So all of this awesome stuff that you're going to get today, if you choose to do this, is worth well over $2,500, but I want to give it to you today for $197. Hey, that's a really good deal, right? And I'm not stupid, okay? And I'm not stupid. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want your business, right? I know that I can help you. I am fully confident that I can find your root causes and I can put an end to all this madness that you've been going through. I know that I can make a big difference in your life, right? And I want to give you a really good, stupid, no-brainer deal to get you started so that you can see that, yes, we really can do this for you. And so, and here's Pam. She's in our program, and she says, Dory in her program gave me answers when I was told that there were none. Dory gave me hope when I was told I was hopeless. And best of all, Dory gave me support when others walked away, right? Yeah. Does she look like she feels loved? So if you're ready to get started on this, I have a link that I can drop into the chat, and you guys can go ahead and order that. And it'll be in the chat for right now while we're live. And then if you're watching this on a recording, because it's out on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, I think, I will go ahead after I'm done with the live, and I will go back into the comments on each of those pages, and I'll put the link in so you can go ahead and get this deal. Okay. And I want to remind you that we can agree that what your symptoms are, that they're concerning you, right? I know that you want to be free from those symptoms. I lived that life for 15 years, and I know all the hell that goes along with living like that. from the physical side and the emotional side, right? So I know you want to be free from that. I know that you hate being on medication and you don't want to be dependent on that, right? I know it makes you feel weak and you don't want to be there. And I know that you want real answers and you're sick and tired of, bouncing from doctor to doctor and trying to figure this out and having doctors gaslight you, right? I know you want your power back. And I'm here to tell you that scientifically, this is the way it's done, right? And, you haven't gotten good results doing it the other way. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be sitting here in front of me listening to this, right? And so do precision root cause science, okay? Make that step because it's the right thing to do. It's what's best for you. Now, I was just having a conversation with one of my clients today, and she's just this awesome prayer warrior, literally 78 years old, and she's working on her health. And I'm just, I'm so proud of her. And she asked if she could pray with me. And so we did. And we started praying, and it was just this beautiful time. And it was just flowing out of both of us that we're just so happy that we're working together and that we're helping one another, right? God helped me, I'm helping her, she's praying for me. It's just this beautiful symbiotic relationship, right? And she already feels better. She's only been in the program for a month and she already feels better, right? And so, imagine what she's going to feel like in 6 months, right? And so this is the way it's done. This is the way people who are doing it. And you really can get great results. It's not a pipe dream, right? This is Christy. Kind of a blurry picture. I need to get a better picture, right? Once you blow it up, it really looks blurry. Anyway, this one thing that she said that really blows my mind, and I love hearing this. She's like, I used to feel very negative about my illness, but Dory helps me to stay hopeful, and she feels blessed to be working on her root causes, and she no longer feels like a victim of her disease. Man, that's huge. I felt like a victim for so long. So everything that you guys are going to get, it's over a $2,500 value. You're going to get it for $197 today. And all I need to do is just drop that in the chat. And I'm going to do that in just a second. And I want to give this promise to you, right? I promise you, I know I can find your root causes. I have never had a client yet that I have not found many root causes. Okay. And so once we find those root causes, then it's just get to work time, right? And we just get those root causes fixed and get you feeling so much better. So I guarantee I can do that for you. I know I can. And I can also guarantee you that you're never going to be alone in this process. You don't have to sit and wonder anymore. Okay. You've got someone who can help you, and we can get to the bottom line. We can help teach you how to get better, and then you're going to be free to move on with your life. Okay. So last thing I want to say is, if you're still sitting on the fence about spending a little bit, $200 on getting your life back, which hopefully you're not doing, because it's like, oh my gosh, come on, this is so cheap. You guys can do this. I want you to think back to the last time. If you're a woman, like, when was the last time you had your hair or your nails done, and how much did that cost? Okay. And for about the same price, right, you could have found your root causes already. Yeah, you could have bought a test for that. Okay. And okay, maybe you would have to forfeit getting your hair and nails done if that's all the money you had. But most people can do this, right? When was the last time you went out to dinner with your family and, you spent $120 on just going out to dinner? Okay. So, that kind of stuff adds up, right? And sometimes those kinds of things that we're doing are actually making us sick too, right? So instead of, you know, doing that, you could put that money into a test, and then you can know why you're sick, and then you can start getting better, right? So I don't know about you, but I would much rather have my life back than have a dinner out, or have my hair and nails done, or buy that outfit, or buy that large screen TV, or go on a vacation. I would much rather have my health, right? And so prioritize your health. That's what I'm here to tell you, as your mentor, as your, you know, as a little YouTube friend, or a Facebook friend, right? Prioritize your health. It will be the best money that you ever spent, I promise you. And that's just the truth. And here's Lindsay. She says, Dory's been blessed with a tremendous gift from God as a medical detective. She's kind and compassionate, has always been there for me throughout my healing journey. And God bless you, Dory. And God blesses me every day being able to help people like Lindsay, right? So there's your no-brainer offer. You can book that root cause package now. It's just $197. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scoot ahead. Yeah, we don't want you to stay stuck. I'm going to scoot ahead and oops, I'm going to go backwards. There we go. And I'm going to jump over. I think I need to stop the share on this. There we go. So I'll stop the share and I'll go back over, and then I will go ahead and put that link in the chat for you. And if there's any questions, if you would like to unmute and talk to me, that's great. While I do this. So let's see, I need to get out of this. Oops, it's not working. There we go. Okay. So there we go. So we're still on the Zoom, and I'm just going to grab that link so that you guys can order that package. And there we go. There we go. Share the link. Copy the link. Thanks for putting up with my slow tech skills, you guys. And then let me go back over and drop it into the chat. There we go. So here's a chat. There's the link. And you guys can copy and paste that link into your browser, and then it takes you to the place where you can, it's a HIPAA compliant medical portal that you're paying in, so it's perfectly safe. You don't have to worry about it. And then automatically you're going to get a couple of things. You're going to get a root cause questionnaire to fill out. It's going to let you book your appointment with me. And then we're going to sit down and have that conversation, and we're going to go from there and start changing your life. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go over, and I have to get out of this, and I have to go here. And I think I can drop this directly here too. I'm learning how to use this whole new system called Restream that it lets us stream whenever I go live like this. It lets me go to 3 different YouTube channels and Instagram and YouTube and I don't know what else, right? All at the same time. And so bear with me. I'm going to put this link to get your root cause package. There we go. There we go. All right, and now I can see all the questions that are popping up over here. So let me go ahead and answer these questions for you guys now. Okay. Sheila is here. Hi, Sheila. It's nice to see you. Thanks for listening. Okay. Do people need to come to your office for the testing? Or is there another way to get tested and send you the results? Holy moly, yes. Okay. So we are a 100% virtual company here. That's the way to go, especially after COVID, right? It makes it so much easier on people. So what we do is we order your tests for you. They get mailed directly from the lab to you. Most of these tests can be done at home. Some of them we have to work on getting you a phlebotomist. And of course, we have a concierge service that takes care of all that for you if you do need that. And then you just send your test back. Right? We get the results and then we send you a message, say, hey, we got your results back. And then we sit down and have a conversation about those results. Okay. So super easy to get testing done. You know, the only hassle is, okay, you might have to poop in a cup for 3 days, or you got to pee in a cup and put it in the fridge until the FedEx guy comes. Okay. It's not that hard. So like I always say, don't be a wimp, you know, just do your testing. Right. Yeah. So that's super easy. And also, you know, plenty of people like if to try to save money, right? If the tests that we need, like if we're looking at basic lab work, like basic blood work or things like that, right? We can read those from a functional perspective. It's just that they don't give us a whole lot of information. And that's why we have to do other types of scientific testing that's more advanced. But the basic blood work, lots of other tests that can be done by your doctor and run on insurance. And then, you know, you can have your doctor run those tests. We can send recommendations to your doctor and ask the doctor to run those tests for you. But most of the tests that we do, doctors don't do. Okay, they can, but they're not hooked up to those labs, so they don't do them. Okay, so that's why you want to come to us for your precision root cause testing, and we'll help you do that quickly and easily and at a really good price. And you go to your doctors for things that the doctor can do that's covered by insurance. You know, so basic blood work, you know, maybe running an ANA panel for autoimmune disease, things like that, right? And then you'll just upload it to our portal and we'll sit down and talk about it. Yeah. So, oh, and Kaylee's here. Oh, and she was answering Sheila. Thank you, Kaylee. That's awesome. And Deborah's here. She says, hey, Dory. Oh, she says, I can't access the chat on Zoom. Oh, because you're not on the Zoom, Deborah. That's why, because you weren't in the Zoom. So, but that's okay. It's here for you now. And yeah, I never saw anything come in for Deborah. Otherwise, I would have let you in. I'm sorry about that. I would have loved to let you in and talk to you. And she says, can you please put that link over? I should have done that. You're so right. I should have grabbed that Zoom link and put it in this chat. I apologize. I'm still learning how to use this whole restream thing. So thanks for being patient with me. But Deborah, you know, I see you in the Facebook groups all the time. So if you want to just PM me, and I can send you a link, right? That's fine too. And I've got, if you're just ready to sit down and have a conversation with me and get that root cause package, you can just click on this link here. All right. And let me scroll down and see what else is here. I gotta close that. And Robert says, great. And Deborah says she wants the link for signing up with me. Yeah, that's that one that I just put in there. I'll put it in again. And if it doesn't show up, Deborah, don't worry. I'm going to come back after I close this thing down and after the live is over, and I will put it in the Facebook groups. So I'm not sure if you can see that. I hope you can. I hope you can. According to what the person who taught me about this whole restream thing is if I'm answering in the chat in restream, it basically puts that out to all the chats in YouTube and Instagram and Facebook as well. So I hope that's all working. I hope it's all set up right and it's all working. But either way, I'll come back and check it. All right. So if there's any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I'm always in the Facebook groups and, YouTube and all those places. I'll usually go there after work at night and just answer people's questions. So if you have any questions, also feel free to just instant message me. Not a problem. I love answering your questions. Also, you can call our office. I will also put the phone number in here. Our office phone number is 760-460-4349. And that's the main office number. So if you have questions, you can call over there. You can also get a free discovery appointment over there at the office, and you can talk with my health strategist, and she can help answer questions as well. And she's really, really good at it. And you guys will love her. And okay, well, I guess that's it. I'll go ahead and close down for today. I want to thank you guys for being here. And if you're watching this on the replay, just feel free to get in touch with us. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And I look forward to seeing you soon and helping you to get better. Okay, everybody. I love you guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.